social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I just wanted to do a quick mic check. I didn't give a thumbnail. I didn't give you a title. I just was messing around with the system in here today. Wanted to make sure it sounds okay. So I wanted to get in here, tap in with you real quick. Has today not been a crazy news day? We got Easter Monday, so the day after Easter. We got the Pope passing away. We got Shannon Sharpe and his issues. We got more drama with this Carmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf story. This thing, it's just wild. It is absolutely bonkers. I'm not going to talk about any of that tonight. I just wanted to actually just make sure that my audio sounds good. It does sound good to me. So I'm just making sure it sounds good to everybody else. I'm going to pop back in here on tomorrow or maybe later tonight. I don't know. But we'll definitely jump back in soon enough to talk about some of these topics. I definitely want to talk about Shannon. I definitely want to talk about Shannon Sharpe. I want to talk about this tariffs. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. So we'll get those in real soon enough. Let me just see how it looks and how it sounds on the good old YouTube. Let's go. Okay, I think it sounds all right. I think it sounds okay. I think the last time, I think I was too close. I think my microphone was just too close to the. I think the microphone was too close to me, so I think that's what messed up my audio last time. But I just want to check it out real quick and make sure it sounds okay. I appreciate it if you're in the chat, the best live chat on the internet. Just go ahead and let me know real quick. Say, hey, DWC, everything's good. Green hearts, any of that kind of good jazz. And then I got Bible study at 8 o'clock, but I don't think I'm gonna jump back in here tonight, but I could. I do need to work on. I also was trying to be able to stream on multiple platforms, and I have just not figured this out. I don't know. Sometimes being able to stream to other platforms, YouTube makes it super easy, and most of the streaming platforms really embrace YouTube. So like it's very simple. You just click a button, good to go. You don't have to worry about all the intricacies behind the scenes. Well, there's certain platforms that I'd like to stream to. It just is a difficult bear to to do every time. So like Rumble, Twitter, stuff like that. I'm just not figuring out. It could be user error. Could be me. I don't know. I don't know, man. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate you, man. Says the audio sounds good. So I might be doing a poll though. I might drop a poll to see if you all which topics y'all are interested in talking about. Because like I said, there's a lot of them, from Shannon to what's going on with this Metcalf story, this Carmelo Anthony, as well as like the Pope passing away. There's just a lot of shenanigans happening today. I don't think we ever planned or budgeted for this much shenanigans. But I want to hear what you all are interested in talking about. So, I might drop a poll. Matter of fact, let's do that right now. Let's do a poll as I'm talking real quick. And then I'll get ready to bug out of here. I wish you could do like a greater than or less than, or like choose multiple choice. You can't do multiple choice on YouTube. Oh yeah, let me also change some of the music as well. So I just want to hear how it sounds. All right, I'm going to work on that music aspect as well. I mean, we could talk about that pastor that said that people need to hold their kids accountable and respect authority. Then he walked it back. We could talk about that. Oh my gosh. I might still talk about it. I'm just giving y'all some suggestions here. What else we got? Shannon, the Metcalf story, the Pope. Oh yeah. All right. I'm dropping that poll up in here. Thank y'all so much for jumping in to the best live chat in the internet. And y'all got the decision-making power. So you all are here. Looks like 17, 18 of you all are here. So you all have the decision-making power. Let me know what y'all are interested in talking about. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow-ish. I'll be back tomorrow for sure. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I don't think it sounds too loud. Let's see how it sounds. All right, I'm gonna drop that down just a little bit. What is going on? What does Nona say? I believe Tiff is paying the people. Look at the video again when she's talking to the white. Put something in her hand. Like she was shaking it. Okay, I have to go back and check that out. Oh my gosh. There he is. What's going on, Mike? What's going on? White Label Consulting in the building. I dropped the link for you, brother. Grace and peace, man. All right, my Easter Sunday was pretty low key. You know, we had the robotic baby here. We had a fantastic service at Smyrna, of course, but I had a great dinner. Wife and the girls cooked great, wonderful meal. But yeah, it was low key. We had no drama at all. I am going to do a review of my pastor's sermon, so stay tuned. If you guys watched the review yesterday, I thought it was funny or interesting at least, that like 2 Sundays ago, my associate pastor preached on the same verses that Jamal Bryant was allegedly preaching on yesterday. So I did that mashup. If you want to check that out and hear my pastor preach and Jamal Bryant, I thought that was kind of cool. And get your thoughts on it as well. What's going on? Sherry Britton in the building. Great to see you. Thanks so much for stopping by on today. Hopefully you all had a fantastic Easter Sunday as well, and hopefully a great Easter Monday. Even though today has seemed pretty news packed, if you will. I dropped the link for you, Mike. If you got time, jump in. I'll gladly. What passage of scripture have you been reading on your own time recently? I have to admit, I read passages that I really enjoy and I like a lot. I always read John 9, Jesus' healing of the man that was blind. I love that passage. As well as Ephesians 2. And y'all hear me talk about it a lot because I always read it. But I read John 9 probably once or twice a week easily. I don't even know if it qualified as really truly the same topic, Mike. I don't know, man. It seemed like Jamal was on a whole nother universe. What's going on? Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, you might not know him because he's definitely a friend of the channel. We haven't had him on in some time because he's been avoiding me. He might it might be because he owes me some money or something. I don't know. Look at that face. Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, White Label Consulting. What's going on, man? How are you?
What up?
See, that's what you get. That's exactly what you get, man.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got
Power Bomb Pat. What the heck is that?
Yeah, that's my name. Yeah, I'm in I moved studios. So
I love it. That looks like a great setup. I like that.
Well, this is the music studio. So the podcast studio is on the other side of the building, and I'm still there. But one of our producers left. One of our music producers left. So we all just switched offices. So I'm still over there. So yeah. So I've been busy with that and dealing with all kinds of stuff. My mom fortunately had a heart attack. I was sick. So it was a whole lot going on the last couple of weeks that took me out the game. Wasn't posting, wasn't doing nothing. So I'm back in the game now. So
well, man, welcome back, man. Praying everything is well. And glad to have you. Thank you so much. Just real quick, for those people that don't know, who is White Label Consulting? I don't know what Power Bomb Pat is. That's problematic. But anyway, what is White Label Consulting?
White Label Consulting is we teach live streaming and we teach a lot of OBS techniques, but most of the techniques we teach can be duplicated in every other software like StreamYard, Ecamm, or any of those, Riverside. So we just teach the principles that'll help individuals get their podcast, OBS, their live streaming. Been dabbling into some computer just to like kind of optimize, customize your streams. So that's mainly what I do. So I just teach and do a couple equipment reviews. Like this morning, I reviewed this. We have a bunch of these Shure mics here, and I've never used them on a regular basis. So, review these. We got another one here on the floor that we're reviewing. So yeah, so I try to get into live stream reviews and stuff like that. So that's what I do.
I like it. I like it. Which mic do you have? Which Shure mic do you have?
This is the 7B, and we also have the 7X. We have a bunch of these. So this is the 7X. Yeah, this is the MV7X. Okay, that's the one. I think it's the same. I think the same one you got. You just
that's what I have. That's what I
changed the head. Yeah, this is the 7B. So
yeah, that's the one.
Just 7B. Yeah, that's the big boy one. And then we have the Rode pod mics in the other podcast room. We have those mics, and I think those are the ones that April has. April has
a pod mic. Yeah.
And then we also have the Audio Technica 2020s, which are more studio mics, but they work really good because they're only like $79, $80. And so I think loudness wise, and then we got a Mackie mic in there somewhere, and then we got the Elgato Wave. We got a bunch of stuff laying around here. So yeah, I
like it. Wait,
suggesting the Hilo PR30. I haven't tried that one. I'll have to check it out. See how it goes.
I agree.
Yeah, so
I agree. No. Well, man, good to see you, man. I'm glad everything is well. I'm glad that you're back in the game. And can you drop your link for your channel in the chat as well?
Yeah, I believe you're still join the chat, connect. Do I gotta do I know when I connect to StreamYard, they want you to access and sign in a whole bunch of stuff. This is crazy. Where's all your it's and I'm connected, which is crazy. I'm already there.
I just found it. Be quiet, man. Be quiet. I just got your link.
Crazy.
I think it did.
I also been working on I'm a proponent of AI, and so I just recently I had somebody call me. It was like, yo, we need help with Bible study, and I was being all heathenish, and I didn't want to help him, and so I was like, yo, I'm busy. But what happened was don't
you tell me that GPT write them a Bible study, please?
No. I use the website that I use regularly to get my ideas at, the same website I did for the social media analyzer tool I showed you with YouTube. Mm-hmm. I actually had it built me a Bible study assistant app. And so what it does is I basically start out my Bible studies with basic observations, like how many nouns are in the verse, how many pronouns and different things like that. So that's how I start my study. And I usually go through and I use 15 to 20 observations per verse. And then that helps me to learn with the study. It doesn't give me any insight into the passage. It will just give me a basic foundational roadmap. So it doesn't provide any commentary or anything like that. Yeah. So I had actually worked on that for a week. And so now you can put a passage into this tool and it will give you 10 observations per verse in four different passages. And it also gives you keywords that you need to go study. So it doesn't give you any information about the verse at all. It doesn't give you just any commentary. It just says, hey, Moses, the one doing an action, you need to find out why. Or to say, there's two titles of God in the verse. You need to find out which one and why they're in this order. Like it says Christ Jesus. So it doesn't give you any type of, I specifically coded it not to give you any type of Google type information. So that's kind of what I have been working on. And I think it will help people out because all it does is, again, gives you a roadmap. It tells you what to study. It doesn't tell you, any answers at
how to study. Right.
Yeah, it doesn't do any of that. So yeah, that's what I've been working on for the last, trying to get back in the game. It's just been tough. Like I said, my mom had a little issue, and that's what I've been doing. What happened with Shannon Sharpe? I'm gonna ask some quick questions before you kick me out the thing.
Shannon Sharpe is being accused of taking the cheeks, and being.
Wait. Hold on. Before you.
Let me pull in the video. Let me pull in the article real quick.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get I gotta just. I wasn't expecting that. It caught me off guard.
I wasn't expecting either.
I was getting ready to drink my tea. I was getting ready to drink my Arizona Ice herbal tea, and I choked on it, and I haven't even had it yet. So I didn't expect you to say that. I thought you was gonna say he got into an argument with somebody or something. But
I thought so too. But
have ruined. And we usually talk about stuff, all the way. But yeah.
Oh no, we're gonna. Okay, so do I have the video? Okay, so here it is right here.
And the way you phrased it makes me not want to delve into this. The way you phrased it, you didn't phrase it right.
Shannon Sharpe is being accused of being a cheek taker, taking the cheeks.
Oh Lord, not big country, not big country. Oh
Big country
Lord,
been
not
accused of it.
big
Yeah.
country. Oh Lord.
So I don't know how I feel. I've actually only watched one response to it. I really wanted to hear, like, read the report, read the lawsuit, whatever. But in the meantime, between time, you want to jump on this? We got
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about why he should have been in the movie Life. Oh Jesus.
Life. He's so dumb, man. He's so stupid. All right, let's go.
Oh Lord, he
can't
got it. It got to be true.
I don't know, man. I don't know really. Hold on, let me drop my music real quick. I need to get epidemic sounds like that Mike told me about a long time ago. All right, music is off. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, so this
Buzbee,
is
that sounds like a.
Go ahead.
I'll just say, never mind. Just play the video. This is crazy.
All right, let's go. One in the chat when you can hear.
NFL Hall of Fame football player and podcaster extraordinaire Shannon Sharpe is being accused of sexual assault. I think this allegation is 100% false, and there's quite a few reasons why I think this way. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Shannon Sharpe being accused of sexual assault from one woman on two different instances. One in 2024 and one this year, 2025. Now, can I sit here and say that the allegation is false? I can't say that with 100% certainty. But if you ask my opinion, if you ask for my viewpoint, my take, my 2 cents, I think this is 100% false. And there's quite a few reasons why I think that way. First of all, if you watch Shannon Sharpe's shows, you watch Nightcap with Ocho, you watch Club Shay Shay, you watch First Take, he often talks about protecting himself, not doing things to get himself in trouble. An example, he'll talk about going on the first date with a woman, and then she's ready to go ahead and go do something else. If you understand what I'm talking about, he's like, nah, let's not do that right now. Let's not do it right now. Let's do it the next time because I don't want to get in trouble. Same thing, talking about going to get a massage and getting something extra. It's like, no. If I go for service A, I'm only going to get service A. I'm not going to get service B and C and all kind of weird stuff. I'm good. Shannon Sharpe goes through a lot of things from what he says to keep himself out of trouble.
All right, I'm gonna stop right there. What you think about that so far, Mike?
Okay, so there have been many. If you're ever in the podcast streets, and you are, there have been many accusations about this. Prior to this report, there have been many jokes about it. So the thing is with a few things with being a celebrity, with being an athlete, there's nothing that's off the table. Unfortunately, you're exposed to a great deal of things that we'll never experience and never hope to experience. And so there has been some chatter about a great deal of this because when we came up, we didn't have social media. So things like this that were happening, we didn't find out about until it was too late to know about it.
Way too late.
But
right.
unfortunately, like now, it comes out a lot faster. The information gets out so much quicker, and you can't keep a secret. I mean, there's just no way to keep this information quiet. $50 million is a lot to claim for a lie. I don't know. I can't name any other lawsuits off the top of my head other than Juicy Smollett, who had the unfortunate incident of being found out that the two in the middle of the night imaginary MAGA guys in the middle of Chicago in negative 20-degree weather was mugging him. But this is not something that this is not a rabbit hole we want to go down.
No, for sure.
I think that this is weird.
So I'm wondering if, well, first of all, I'm not going to say just because Shannon Sharpe says he covers all his bases, that doesn't mean anything. Shannon Sharpe is a sinner, just like I'm a sinner. So, and he don't have Christ. So I don't assume.
Well, we know the Instagram live with Michelle lets us know that that's not true.
Right.
I mean, yeah. So that's not the truth.
Wait, Michelle. Tell
You
me
don't
that.
remember
Wait, which one's that again? Remind me. I'm getting old.
where he accidentally went live during a
Oh,
specific action?
facts. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So
So we
that
know. So we
happened. I
know.
mean, you can't say, yeah, I cover all my tracks. No, you
Bro,
didn't cover all your
you didn't even
tracks.
lock your phone. I remember now. Yeah, you didn't even lock your phone. You can't cover all your tracks if you don't even lock your phone. My guy.
Yeah,
My
just
guy.
making noises and stuff. Yeah,
Right.
no.
So no. So one, I'm not going to just because he says he covers his bases, that doesn't mean a thing to me. Is this possible? Absolutely. Do I want it to be possible? I don't care. It doesn't
No.
matter. Did he violate this person? I don't know. Will the truth come out? That's what I want to happen, because I think sadly what'll happen, this will look a lot like what happened with Diddy, where remember Cassie went after 30 million right off the bat, and he didn't want to do anything. He didn't want to settle it, and then that lawsuit came out. Then the next day he went ahead and settled it. So I'm wondering if this is a shakedown. Just my little 2 cents, because it just him and Chad Ochocinco just got paid humongously for their podcast. So
Right.
I'm wondering, and he had a banner year last year. We've talked about that multiple times.
Well, I
yeah.
mean, from what I just basically, tried to look up, I think the issue comes that it's not hard to be in today's vernacular society. It's not hard to be in a relationship or a situationship or whatever the word is one day and the next day be totally out of it, and that can be flipped and turned around so fast that now you got to wade through the water and try to figure out who's telling the truth and who's not.
Right.
Especially athletes are notoriously known for being accused of this. Some of them have been convicted. And so having the idea that you're even remotely associated with this is not a good look, because it's not hard to get the people to doubt,
who you
the
are.
activity. Yeah, it's
Right.
not hard. All they can do is go back to your podcast and go back through some of the stories you've told and go back through some of the instances that you had and say, okay, well, you're pretty aggressive on the podcast. You're pretty aggressive when you at the Lakers game. You're pretty aggressive all the time. It's not hard to you're a fun-loving guy, but you can go back to the arguments you used to have with Skip Bayless online and how vocal you were about your support for LeBron James and so it's like it's not too far-fetched for somebody to come up and just say, dude, and we don't look at you side-eyed and be like right off the rip. We don't just automatically say, nah, it couldn't have been him. We just automatically start thinking, well, could it have been,
Yeah.
So
real quick, I want to bring in what Sherry says here, because I know that his attorney is going to probably change a lot of your perception as well, Mike. And so Sherry, shout out to Sherry Britton, doing something consensual and going live accidentally is different from R&S accusations. I agree 100%. All I was saying was he positions himself as he does he checks all these boxes to make sure that he doesn't get into a problem. But he didn't lock his phone when he was allegedly, doing the grown folks. That was it. Right. I'm not saying that because he didn't lock his phone, I know he did this action.
No. We're just saying it. His affirmation is that I cover myself well.
Right, but you ain't lock your phone, my dude.
Situations.
Right, but your phone's live.
Yeah,
and it went live. So I mean, there's a lot of steps in there.
And then let's not even forget the fact that after it went live and after everything came out, you did an endorsement for an enhancement drug right after that. So at that point, it's like, okay, well, I'm not trying to put nothing on you. It's just there's too much things happening that you can't just say I cover myself well. So that's what we were saying. We weren't saying we were accusing him of anything. Miss Sherry, Sherry
Britton. And then also she says her attorney is the same shakedown attorney stalking celebrities. That's what we're going to hear in a second as well. And I think that's going to be the super problematic one for me. That not problematic, but I think that's going to be the part that really causes people to look at this story side-eyed, because of the particular attorney has a propensity. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say this is the guy that was going after Jay-Z recently. So he's got a track record. Somebody asked who Mike is. Mike is a friend of the channel. Piggy Doo. He is White Label Consulting. Let me drop that link again in the chat. And he does a great job of helping people with their live streams and making sure that they look fantastic. So he just so happened to be in the chat. So we just jumped on to talk about this. Let's get done before
wait.
Whoa.
I know. There's a comment. It said you can't really base people's character. It's by Orphan.
I got it right here.
I guess that's what it is. Yeah. It says you can't really base people's character just by what they say or do in front of the cam. Plenty of horrible people when camera goes off. Absolutely. You're right. But because we agree. We agree. But because we work in the podcast area and film, and we spend a lot of time on camera, and we spend a lot of time assessing what people do. And my job is I work for live streaming. You can't also ignore some of their behavior on camera as well. So it's not to say again that he's guilty of anything because of him being a podcaster, but it is to say that nothing is off the table when you're talking about this type of accusation. It's all going to be reviewed. If we was talking about he stole my cat, or he was talking about he stole gas out of my car, that's one thing. But this allegation, which is everything has to be on the table, and their conduct is going to come into it, just like the individual who's accusing their conduct is going to come into it too. Just like we're about to review the lawyer, his conduct's about to come into it. So nothing is off the table when you're making this accusation. Everything is reviewable. Everything is on the table because it's that serious. Okay.
And let me also just add that we are not saying that Shannon Sharpe is guilty of anything.
Not at all.
We are only looking at this and just critiquing it and giving our 2 cents. We are not making a final judgment on Shannon. Y'all know here on this channel, I like Shannon Sharpe. But again, I'm not judging him. I'm not going to make some final, throw him in the jail. He needs to get fitted for an orange jumpsuit. All I'm saying is we're just looking at this information and parsing it out. We are not the 12 jurors, the defense team, the prosecution, the judge, none of that stuff. We are just listening to it and trying to make heads or tails, because there's going to be more information coming out. So we're just literally listening to this gentleman and just chopping it up. All right, let's keep it going. Let's go.
And I think he's done a good job at that. He is 56 years old. I've not heard anything like this about him ever. Now, all of a sudden, he's big, popular, and more rich, wealthy, whatever, than he was when he was playing football.
Fact.
All of a sudden, now there's a lawsuit. I call BS. Now, before I go any further into it, let's just get to what I got. There's a lot we got to show. First of all, there's Shannon Sharpe. Okay, y'all know who he is. Y'all see him on ESPN First Take. You see him on Club Shay Shay. The Cat Williams interview broke the entire internet. You see him on the Nightcap podcast with Ocho. Sometimes they got a guest like Joe Johnson. Shout out to ISO Joe. Who is the lawyer bringing the case against him? Anybody want to guess? This character right here, Tony Buzbee. Now, Tony Buzbee has a pattern of doing this. And when I say this, I mean harassing black male entertainers specifically. Because the first guy that I saw, Deshaun Watson, NFL football player, talking about 23 women accused him of sexual assault from massage parlors, and he paid out some money. It was like $20 million. Everybody, in theory, would get $1 million probably before he takes his cut. Speaking about Tony Buzbee. And this picture right here, I think, was from the presser when he was talking about Puff Daddy and Jay-Z, because he was trying to sue them as well. Again, more black male entertainers. You got 2 football players and 2 rappers. What you want to get next? You want to get comedians next? You have a step and repeat banner behind you with a 1-800 number. Please stop. You are an ambulance chaser at best, in my humble opinion. Look, I don't want to be the next black male entertainer that Tony Buzbee sues, so please pardon my cautious language. You understand what I'm saying? But look, I called this. This is a tweet from October the 1st, 2024 from yours truly, ABL. I wonder what popular black entertainer will fall into Tony Buzbee's crosshairs next. And of course, I said figuratively and allegedly, because again, I don't want to be the next black male entertainer to get sued. Okay. But then again, I might not be the target because I'm not a multi-millionaire like these guys are. You sue me, but you're gonna get my cell phone and my computer, and that's it. You won't get no money. But anyway, let's keep going. So let's go back to Deshaun Watson. Before we move forward, we got to look at the whole history of Tony Buzbee. You see what it says right here. Deshaun Watson sexual assault lawsuit. Tony Buzbee says attempts to privately resolve litigation went on for 10 months. What does that mean? To settle and get my ambulance chaser money. That's what that means. That's what it means. And this is from September 11, 2024. So he began doing this kind of recently, within the past couple of years, or within the past year and a half, whatever it is, he's been doing this. Okay. And this is from 2022. So it's been a little while, about 2 years, 3 years. Around 10 of the women who accused Deshaun Watson of sexual misconduct expected to attend his Cleveland Browns debut versus Houston, according to Tony Buzbee. So Tony Buzbee had the plan. I don't know if he did it. His plan was to bring the women who were accusing him of sexual assault to one of his football games. Is that what you want to do? You want to go to a game where he's playing? If you say that he did something to you, rather than going to his game, why you don't go to the police? We're going to see that none of these cases he's bringing are anything other than civil litigation with no criminal prosecution to back it up at all. None whatsoever. Because Deshaun Watson wound up paying $20-something million, but didn't get locked up, and he's still playing football right now. Let's keep going. Let's go to Jay-Z. Attorney Tony Buzbee withdraws sexual assault lawsuit against Jay-Z. Now, there was a lawsuit against Puff at first, and then he just put Jay-Z in it. Now, I think the thought process here was, since Puff is in jail right now because of some other stuff, some sexual stuff, it'd be believable to say that Puff did something with somebody and try to get some money. And then maybe the thought process was, okay, Jay-Z and Puff are friends, therefore I can just put him in there. He got a lot of money. He's a billionaire. Let me just get money from him from a settlement. Okay, that was the allegation. That was probably the thought process behind the allegation, but Jay-Z fought back. And ultimately, the whole thing got withdrawn. Now, look, Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs, assault lawsuit dropped, and it says Tony Buzbee, a lawyer for the Jane Doe accuser, who's filed several lawsuits on behalf of accusers advancing sexual assault allegations against Combs, moved to voluntarily dismiss the lawsuit. Let's keep going. Judge weighs merits of Jay-Z's extortion lawsuit against attorney Tony Buzbee. The rapper is suing the Houston-based lawyer for extortion and defamation stemming from a lawsuit that was filed and then quickly dropped, which accused Jay-Z of assaulting a 13-year-old girl. Okay, so Jay-Z was like, nah, we're not going to do that. You're not going to just make allegations like that and I not fight back. You're not going to just get settlement money out of me. Not only will you drop the lawsuit, I'm going to sue you for damaging my name. Right on, Jay-Z. Right on. Okay, and he's suing the Jane Doe.
Okay, so let me, before this is going a little bit long, so I meant to stop. What do you think so far? Do you think that now does this change any of your thoughts pertaining to this? What we've heard so far? We still got to hear the facts, but does this at all play into it?
No, I mean it plays into exactly what we were getting ready to say. Everything has to be examined, and the fact that obviously what I commented on as far as Shannon Sharpe is just what I've seen of him and why there could be, without hearing everything, some hesitation to just dismiss the case. But also this gives you another viewpoint on why maybe not take it as serious as we need to take it, because all of this is on the table. Shady lawyer, money hungry, mainly goes after seemingly African-American stars, and then does questionable business practices, and usually gets them to, it seems like he gets them to acquiesce by pressure to pay out a lawsuit so they don't have to drag on this long trial. It all plays into it. And so, yes, that this is all part of the process. So I hope anybody didn't feel that me or you or myself, because I was doing a lot of talking, have put anything out there on Shannon Sharpe. Please forgive me if you thought that's what I was saying. All I was saying is that everything is reviewable for something this serious. And if that's the lawyer that they picked, and this is the tactics that he uses, then obviously perception is going to be they're going to have to fight a very, very uphill battle. If this was a consensual relationship and it didn't go the way she wanted it to and didn't get the that she wanted it to, or and I'm not saying that in the sense of she was gold digger, but if there was something that she was looking for in a relationship and it didn't happen in that way, this was the next logical way to get back at a celebrity, is to accuse them of something that's really hard to get rid of. Once you've been accused of it, it's like it doesn't come off. It's not like it's not like you're gonna accuse anything violence or anything that is going to be something against a female is going to be very, very hard to shake off. And while they may completely get rid of this tomorrow, there's still going to be this guy was accused of this. This guy was accused. Any offense towards a woman is going to be hard to get rid of. So this is not even, and there's no, far as I know, and you could correct me if I'm wrong because you do a lot of legal stuff, there's no punishment that I know of yet for somebody falsely accusing somebody.
We need to change that. That needs to be changed, in my opinion.
Like there's a whole Me Too movement, but what about a You Too movement? You did it,
right?
You lied. So we're gonna put you in jail for however long we was accusing the person. You get that time. There's nothing that can offset this accusation. So
let me give an example. I hope this works. So in the NFL, since Shannon Sharpe is an NFL player, in the NFL, many fouls that at one time were just immediately fouls. You throw the yellow flag and just go ahead and take your 10-yard penalty, whatever. Now they are reviewable. So you might see a touchdown and you just know it's a touchdown. You done painted your face, you're dancing around, throwing your beer in the air, but it now is under review. They have to look over it and double, triple check it. So even though you thought, oh man, it was right on the money, when you see the slow motion, when you see the review, you're like, oh, his foot was out of line, out of bounds, or whatever like that. 10 years ago, it would have been a touchdown. Now is a review. So I think in this case right here, nobody's end zone dancing. Nobody's saying that this guy is innocent or this guy's guilty. We're just saying, hey, it's up for review. They're going to review it and it needs to get properly adjudicated. Now, if you have a referee who's notorious for making some bad calls, that's going to make you come. Hey, this is the head referee, and he's notorious for making bad calls and notorious for turning it over in order to side with whoever he's working with. That could come into play. So I think that's all we're saying here. I don't think anybody, just kind of scanning the chat, I think most of us are in agreement that innocent until proven guilty. We're not doing guilty until we think you're not guilty. All right, let's finish this up.
But it's just really tough with this particular subject. It's probably one of the few offenses that you can be accused of to where you do have to prove your innocence, and that is really, really unfortunate to have to deal with from any perspective. And I know obviously the way society is, they're going to spin it into race is going to come into play. And so that's going to make it even more complicated. But just from the aspect of an individual who is just operating their life and in front of the camera in public, like this is just unfortunate in the sense of it may go away tomorrow. We may find that this whole thing is a sham, but the residue of this doesn't go away. There's just no way to, even deal with this. And like I said, I wish there was some way that the accusers, and it doesn't matter your sex or what you are, anybody being falsely accused of something, the accuser, if they're found that they're lying or not telling the truth, there should be some type of harsh penalty to discourage other people from trying that same bootleg mess. But there's nothing out there to do that. Nothing.
I got you. I agree, brother. All right, let's keep this going. Do you think they were using the fake intel thing? Let's keep this rolling because I want to finish this. Let's roll.
This should have been where Buzbee stopped, because obviously these guys not going to take your bullying. They're not going to take you just trying to get money from them. They're not going to do that. You're going to end up losing ultimately. He should have stopped right here, but I guess the money from Shannon was too much. And here's where he's not able to even practice law in New York. Speaking about Buzbee, okay, you can see that right there. You could pause it. I'll link to all these in the box. Okay, so look, this article was published April 19th, just 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
Shannon
about.
Sharpe seeking $100 million podcast deal that blows away NFL career earnings. Okay, Just 2 days ago, this was published. And then look at this. Okay, another one for the same thing. This was published April 18th. Okay, but look at this. Now he's being sued for $50 million. How convenient. Just 2 days later, 3 days later, he's being sued for exactly half of the rumored podcast deal money. Imagine that. Imagine that. And no way this could be somehow fake or phony. No way, right? Okay, let's read some of this. And again, I'll link to everything in the box. The Jane Doe met Sharpe in 2023 at a gym in LA when she was 20 years old and he was in his mid-50s. She stated in the docs during her first encounter with him, Sharpe told her he would buy her fake breasts if she won a weight loss competition with him. Okay. She wrote in the suit, Sharpe proceeded to pursue her relentlessly, calling, texting, and demanding she come to his Beverly Glen mansion. The woman stated she and the former Denver Broncos tight end ultimately got into a consensual relationship, though she described it as controlling and abusive. Well, what that got to do with it? If you guys allegedly, again, this is just a story from a person. It could be anybody. It could be a man writing this. It could have been Buzbee himself writing this. The person might not even exist. The so-called Jane Doe might not even exist. This is a story I'm reading right now.
Dang, that would be dirty.
So you're in a relationship, but it's controlling and abusive. Okay. He demanded complete control over her time and body. Attorney Tony Buzbee, again, this is his deal. Tony Buzbee wrote that in Doe's suit, expecting her to be at his house on his schedule at his command whenever he called. Well, if that is true, which again, I don't think any of it is, but if it is, you're an adult, you can say yes or no. Doe claimed there was one argument in particular that terrified her when he yelled at her while a firearm was visible in the room. Now you're trying to say you got guns. So you're doing way too much. I hope Shannon fights this. I hope he does, because Tony Buzbee needs to be stopped. You can't just keep doing stuff like this, making these allegations that completely stink of being fake. But anyway, Plaintiff tried sharing her location with friends from her iPhone just in case, the doc state. But Sharpe saw her doing this. The moment he realized what she was doing, he grabbed her by the neck and told her, if you ever do that again, I'll effing kill you. The two, nevertheless, continued the relationship, even following a move by both to Nevada during the summer of 2024. However, Doe states in her suit, she attempted to break things off after his infamous Instagram live streaming incident where he got caught hunching, allegedly. My Michelle, y'all know what I'm talking about, which she said led to him assaulting her. That's what caused it. Doe claimed in her suit the first instance happened in October 24 at her apartment. She said 56-year-old Pro Football Hall of Famer forced himself on her while she was crying and sobbing. The second instance, the suit alleges, happened a few weeks later in January 25. Doe claims Sharpe came over to her house with promises of delivering a Christmas and birthday gift to her, but instead assaulted her again, and she wants $50 million. Buzbee says it takes a great deal of courage to stand up against those with power, fame, and money. I look forward to pressing this case in court. And of course, no word from Sharpe. I'm sure the lawyers are going to be all over this. I'm sure Sharpe's lawyers are foaming at the mouth, chomping at the bit, because they cannot wait to get rid of this guy, Tony Buzbee. Now, as I close, I want to say this. Tony Buzbee, stop doing this, man. Really, seriously. Stop doing this. This is crazy. None of what you have been doing is working. The lawsuit against Puff and Jay, that fell apart. You got Deshaun Watson. Congratulations, I suppose. But Shannon, I don't know. I think this is bogus. And I think, again, my humble opinion, don't sue me, bro. Like I said, all you're going to get is an Apple iPhone. You're going to get a bag of chapstick and that's it. I don't got no money. But look, my opinion is that this is fake in an effort to try and get money in your pocket. That's it and that's all. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about this lawsuit? Do you think it's real? You think it's fake? A money grab? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. How you feel about Tony Buzbee? Is he a stand-up guy, a great guy, not an ambulance chaser or an ambulance chaser? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know. Y'all know where I'm at. I think it's fake. I think it's a money grab. And people that do this, I don't care what color the person is, what color the accused is. I don't care. You got to stop doing this. You're ruining people's reputations. You're trying to steal money from them. This kind of behavior, if it's exposed and proven to be what it is, they should get the ultimate time in the penitentiary for this kind of behavior. Absolutely. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.
I don't know what all the hand movements were. I'm going to try
He does
that.
that every time, bro.
I've never paid attention to that. I'm going to do a choir.
Video.
All right. Somebody said that Shannon has already put out a statement. I got Bible study at 8 o'clock. So I got 45 minutes. Did you find it?
It just says that it's a shakedown, and let me put it here.
I don't think Shannon should say a word.
Well, no, it's from his lawyer. From what I see, it's
okay.
Oh,
never mind.
I put the link in the chat.
Private
I think
chat?
it's from his lawyer. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's a shakedown, extortion.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Yeah,
Okay,
I don't think he said anything. He's probably not going to say anything.
Oh no,
He'd be smart not to say anything. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace. He does it all the time.
Okay, I don't think I've ever paid attention to that, man.
Yeah,
I have.
That's his thing.
Everybody
has a stick or something.
I gotta turn off my what's called blocker.
Yeah,
I gotta turn off my ad blocker.
What are you using? Safari?
I'm in Chrome.
I got Brave. Right. Brave has ad blockers up, and
I use Brave for.
I guess I could
brave enough to use Brave on a regular basis. That's not long. Here, let me just real quick. All right, shout out to everybody. Thank y'all so much for jumping in. We're just analyzing, taking a quick survey, skimming across the top, not even across the top. We're about 2 feet above the water, skimming across this whole Shannon Sharpe scenario. And I got my brother Mike Williams from White Label Consulting in the building. Oh, you put it in the chat. What you do?
Yeah, I put it in the chat, but what?
Who allowed you to do that?
Bro, I have permissions on every YouTube channel in the world. What do you mean? Who allowed me to do it?
Man, we need to talk to security. I need to talk to security.
I am the head of security. You know what I mean? This Yarami, check a Fatu. That's what I'm saying. You didn't know I could do that? Yeah.
All right. So Shannon Sharpe's lawyer calls lawsuit a shakedown and extortion.
I'll scroll down so you can read it.
All right. Can you wouldn't by any chance be able to zoom in, could you?
Yeah. I know
you're my eyes.
Oh,
yeah. Come on. Yeah. Come on, Jesus. Yes. All right. Shannon Sharpe has gone on the offense. What was it? He was a defensive player, right?
No, offense. He played tight end.
He was tight end. Okay, I'm sorry.
He was one of the better receive tight ends that ever played. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's keep this going. Sued on Sunday for assault, assault, battery, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Sharpe has fired back. His lawyer, Lanny J. Davis, has issued a statement characterizing the civil suit as a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars and claiming the litigation has been orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Buzbee. All right, let's go. Wait.
Where you at?
Oh, I'm on second paragraph.
Okay. It is filled right there. Okay.
It is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations, Davis says to the civil complaint, and will not succeed. Davis contends that the plaintiff secretly recorded the video of a consensual encounter and in order to falsely portray a consensual act as a non-consensual. Oh man, there is a tape out there. Oh Lord.
Okay. No, so whoever was watching us talk about this earlier, that's why we were saying that everything comes into account, because there are so with AI, with all the different ways, there's so many ways to spin this story to where if you guys were having a consensual moment that turned rough and then you guys broke up, she can edit they can edit the video however they want, and now you have to argue false, basically quote unquote evidence and emotion versus it's your word against hers, except she's got a doctored videotape. That's why we were saying earlier, all this stuff comes into review. And if you got a shady lawyer that's just a crook, this is not good. If they know about this quote unquote piece of digital evidence, it's not good.
Absolutely. All right.
I don't know where you was at.
Dave, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Or you want me? Okay. Davis claims the video was heavily edited and taken entirely out of context, and that the plaintiff has refused to provide a copy of the full unedited version to Sharpe's lawyers. We already know this is going south. Davis adds that Sharpe believes her secret taping was all part of her plan set up as part of her blackmail scheme. Going down to the next portion, Davis also says that Sharpe categorically denies all allegation of coercion or misconduct, especially the gross lie of R, and will not submit to what he sees as an egregious attempt to blackmail. Shannon Sharpe, through Davis, vows to fight these false claims vigorously in court. Based on Davis's statement, the case could, in many respects, boil down to a jury's interpretation of the video that was presented to Sharpe's lawyers and the unedited version. Sharpe will be automatically entitled to the raw video on request, and both sides will then have a chance to argue what it reflects and what it means. That's going to be a mess. Oh, gosh, it's going to be so...
First of all, somebody put in the comment section, imagine being age 50 plus, have to record yourself in case you get sued. Why doesn't bro just get a girlfriend? That's the truth. You're a black male getting blackmailed. When are you going to figure this out, Shannon? Like,
well, I mean, we could have this discussion because, you know, hey, if you weren't doing something outside the marriage bed, you wouldn't have to worry about this. I don't have to worry about Lady Dear World Christian doing that.
Yeah, this is not. This is, and again, we're just stating observations. But goodness, you just had the Instagram instance not a few months back, and now this is the second time that you've been in a scenario where a videotape is involved. Let's just say it like that. Where
some kind of digital, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Digital evidence, right? So, and the girl is 30 years younger than you, according to the lawsuit. Man, this is crazy.
Let's keep this dancing. Davis attempts to enhance Sharpe's position by disclosing graphic text that the plaintiff alleged sent to Sharpe, leading his statement with the two of them. While this will help when it comes to the PR battle, the case will apparently and inevitably come down to what the videos show, the one that has been given to Sharpe's lawyer and the unedited full version. If the videos point to a non-consensual encounter, she's far more likely to win. If the videos support the notion that the encounter was consensual, she's far more likely to lose. The only thing I'm disappointed in is they say she's far more likely to lose, as if there's nothing, like it doesn't, there's no consequences for what she's doing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just a win or lose situation. I mean, you're trying to destroy this man's reputation and all of that. So it shouldn't be just a lose. But go ahead.
Devil's advocate. You've already said it. You're 50 years old messing with 20-year-old women. I mean, so please hear me, people. I'm not perfect. I probably got 1,000 things wrong with me. So don't nobody take this hard. But if you're 50 years old and you can't find a 50-year-old woman, a 40-year-old woman, a late 30-year-old woman, you're picking children that are children, 30 years your senior. Again, I'm trying not to, it's hard to say something because you say something and then people are like, oh, well, you're saying you're doing this. I'm really not trying to be that mean, but we're trying to protect the character of a person who is literally picking people that are young enough to be his daughter. And they're not, it doesn't seem like they're in a relationship. It didn't seem like they were, at least from what we hear, because one thing, he is private. We don't know who he's dated. We don't know anything about. We know he has I believe he has a daughter. She came on on Undisputed once. I think he has a daughter. So he's been fairly clean. He's not had too many accusations or anything like that. It's just there's it's just unfortunate.
No, I agree with you. And I think I hate to say it, Shannon Sharpe needs to find him a 35-year-old woman. They need to and say, hey, I like what you like what I like. Let's get together and she just hold you down. Now, if y'all need to do a prenup, if y'all need to do some kind of arrangement ahead of time, but then you just hold it down. She holding you down, you holding her down, and be done and stop being out here in these streets. These streets are evil, wicked, and crazy. Get up in these suburbs and leave it alone.
And I think that's the common conversation when you get to be a person who has gotten $100 million contract. You're like, at that point, if you haven't found somebody when you were nobody, finding somebody when you've become something of this magnitude and had this much success, maybe that does not. And we're talking about a man who may or may not have faith. So I don't want to disparage his personal character, his decision making. I just know that when you get to this type of level of success with the experience and the money, all that stuff, that maybe he does feel like it's impossible to find somebody on his level, because you almost got to go out and find somebody. You almost got to go out and find somebody who got what you got. And at that point, you know, then you're stuck with the notion of, well, can I trust this person? Can I trust that person? And we're just talking about a generic outside relationship. We're not talking about somebody who's being led of the faith, who could personally find somebody that would hold, like you said, hold you down. What are they holding down? What are they holding down though? The man just got a $100 million contract. He go and find somebody who got $200 million, so they have to worry about this stuff.
Right.
He's not. He's clearly looking for people that don't.
Let me
go ahead.
Let me fix it up. Let me fix it up. Shannon Sharpe doesn't need an equal in this regard. He doesn't need somebody to be at $100 million. I mean, he needs somebody who can say, in my opinion, if I were making that, I wouldn't be looking primarily for somebody to make the same amount of money as me, but somebody that will be there for me. Life is rough out here in these streets. And so I'm not looking for somebody.
20-year-old though.
Saying, and it's not a 20-year-old. That's my point. It's not a 20-year-old. They out there causing the trouble. Right. I see you, Chicago. She out there causing the trouble. No. I'm looking for somebody that can hold me down, because I think we're losing track of the idea that marriage also is not only for the right now, but it is for in the future. Because I say this all the time. That woman that just pulled into the garage, she is going to be there either A, holding my hand with my eyes closed for the last time.
Facts.
A, holding my hand when my mom closes her eyes for the last time. God forbid something happened to the Dangerous crew, or I'll be there holding her hand when she closes her eyes for the last time. I'm not primarily thinking about cheeks and all of that stuff. I mean, that's great now. But what I am focusing on is the fact that I'm married to somebody who's going to be with me till the end. I mean, Shannon, I'm sorry, man. You 4 years my senior, 5 years my senior. My dudes, get off the blue diamonds and get in church, my guy. Get saved and repent. Like, turn from, like, get off of that. Get off of that, because it clearly is not helping you. Because you keep putting yourself in a position like this. So, and again, Shannon should be looking for something. I saw a video today about how Ja Rule, the rapper, has been married to his wife for 24 years. And folk were dunking on his wife because she just looks like an average Jane. She looks like a woman that's been married to her man, and she just living life. I mean, she's not terrible. I mean, she's an attractive woman for sure. And people were dunking on her because she didn't look like a supermodel or didn't look like an IG model. I'm like, y'all are insane. This dude has been married for 2 decades. Y'all couldn't even keep a girlfriend for 24 minutes. Please go miss me with that. Like Ja Rule.
I mean, Ja Rule is not. Ja Rule is not Idris Elba himself. So
he's not dashing like myself.
He will
he's not like you, Mike. He's not like you, Mike.
He will not be in any of the James Bond movies as the main character. He might be a villain.
Not a villain.
He might be a henchman.
Like, what's wrong? Like just look. I was thinking about it. I was like, man. Look, Lady Dilworld Christian, I'm like, look, that's my girl. I'll fight you right there in the street or in the backyard, wherever. I'm gonna fight you for my girl. But why do I care what y'all think about her looks? So, but my point in all this is saying, like, they've been together for a while. Have you ever seen I mean, there's quite a few Reverend Run's wife is just a normal looking woman. Denzel Washington's wife,
she's a normal looking woman.
Normal looking
East
women.
Coast woman, like they fit, they go together.
Shannon, just get you a clearly normal woman that will hold you down and be with you through thick and thin. That's it. I hate to tell you this. and you're 56 years
Yeah.
old, I should have been telling you this when you were 26, but just get you a normal chick. They need to have seen at least 5 presidents, my guy. Like, at least 5 presidents. If they just voted this last election cycle, stay away from them, Shannon. They're not
the last one saw 5 presidents. She was just a kid for 3 of them. You know what I mean? So
wait, okay.
So we need to up that. We need to go to like 6 or 7
6
presidents.
6 presidents.
At least 6 of presidents to give us 24 years to work with. You know what I mean? Or if they have,
Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush.
And
okay, that's 4, and that's almost 26 years.
Well, yeah.
Remember, Bush was 2 terms, and so was Obama.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, okay. So if you go like that, 5 complete terms, I feel you on that. But you just say 5 presidents, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
5 presidents.
Yeah, 5 presidential terms, at least.
Yeah. At least.
They should not have only voted this time.
No, he needs like 7 presidential terms.
That's what.
7 times 4 is 28. So at least if they've seen them 20. Wait, you need to have seen presidential terms out of high school. Let's go with that. 4 presidential terms out of high school.
Even better.
Out of high school, yeah, because you can't say because I was around when Reagan was president, but I was like 6, so that doesn't count. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Let me see. How many presidents have I seen? Now you got me thinking.
I don't know. You close to what? What you 49, 53? How do you?
No, man, you missed my birthday the other day. We ain't gonna talk about that.
You missed mine too. Oh,
oops. Oh.
You missed mine too.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Why are you like this, Mike? Yeah, I'm $5 million too short, right? Nobody's studying me, man.
Right. It's all good. Get a normal looking woman, get rid of those right jogging. Yeah.
See? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mine was Nixon. Okay, let me see. Now y'all got me laughing. My eyes all sweating. Okay, I was looking this up, Sherry. Shout out to Sherry Britton in the building. Carter was, hold on, wait. Who was the president when I was born? Let me start with when I was born. I really think it was
Reagan was president in the 80s, wasn't he?
Yes. Okay.
He was president.
We are tripping, man. But no, I think
we're not the ones getting sued. We can't be tripping.
Right. Okay, so Nixon was president when I was born. Because he stepped out of office on August 9th. And I was born in April. Okay, so.
Yeah. He was president in 81.
Gerald Ford, and then Reagan took over.
Yeah. I was 3 years old when he took presidency. So
but our admonishment is that Shannon Sharpe, okay, so there have been 10 US presidents since I was born, and I'm 51. So at least
5, 6.
Yeah, so she had to whoever Shannon Sharpe dates. Oh, you know what? They don't even include Joe Biden in this list.
Oh, so that's 11.
They don't include Biden in this list.
He didn't know.
They don't include Trump in this list. So Trump has been president again. So she needs at least seen George Herbert Walker Bush. At least. That's the least. At least that.
Out of high school. High school
is great. No, then she'd be my age.
He's 56. He's an AARP member already.
Dude, you stupid.
He's already an AARP member. He's already at that next level where you get the discounts for like Social Security and whatever. He's at that level.
Boy, you out of control.
He's 4 years old. He's already getting senior citizen discount at Golden Corral. He's already getting senior discount.
Only my mom goes Golden Corral. Oh my
God. I go with my mom. Yeah, that's
true.
Once you get that 55 plus discount, you need to start. I know you work out, and I know I know you're in great shape. I can tell because you wear the little tight outfits. We can tell what shape you're in. So,
thank you, Mandy.
We can see your whole shape. You You're shaped like an old superhero. I mean, so at the end of the day,
You're so stupid, man. Thank you, Mike, for the $2 super sticker.
you are dressed like 60-year-old Thor, and you don't get it. Like,
Why are you stupid, man?
Serious, bro. We know you work
Okay.
out. And
All
then
right,
you go to the gym and get these young girls, and then you end up in scenarios like this. And it's like, get you a 40-year-old. Like, come on now.
So Brando Smith says this. Ricky Smiley was on Club Shay Shay, and they had a segment where they were talking about their ideal women, and they sounded like 20-year-olds. That is, I didn't watch it, but I'm 100% confident that that is exactly how they behave. I think there's a,
That's
there's
cool.
a
They're not in the same, but they're not even in the same league of the type of women they would get, because Ricky Smiley, being a comedian, would probably get a different type of woman than Shannon, the ex-athlete. So I don't even know how they would come to the scenario where, oh, we're gonna, we got these requirements for the type of women that we want. And I'm like, bro, you're close to death. You need a partner, a compadre or something, and you won't be getting in these scenarios, my opinion. But whatever. Ricky is also claiming that he's the daddy of some 5-year-old twin girls from girlfriend.
Yeah.
Bro.
But like, no, I've heard this story. He told the story, and he just found out that they were his kids. He thought they were somebody else's kids, and he come find out they were his, and they'd been like a part of his life and whatever like that, because he had dated the girl, whatever like that. But again, like our point that we said earlier, if you wasn't out here just putting it wherever, being out here in these streets, you wouldn't have to worry about that. This problem would not be a problem. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, I don't. At the end of the day, I think it's probably best that he not date any more 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds, because I don't think a 30, 35, 40-year-old woman is going to be out there trying to make no tapes with you. That's my opinion.
Right.
I could be wrong, but I don't think a career woman with somebody who's established. I don't think that's the something that. And again, this is it's on YouTube. This is all allegedly. So, power couple Shannon Sharpe, Umar Johnson. Oh my goodness,
we're putting you in timeout. Y'all put First Lady Brown in 0-second timeout. Just put her in 0-second timeout.
I think
nope.
I think Umar needs a white woman.
I think he has one.
Well, I'm saying I think he needs.
No, he has one. I'm confident he has him. Because
I think he needs somebody like Amy Schumer, somebody to kind of humble him down. Something.
He has one. I guarantee you, it's gonna come out one day soon that he's been messing around with it, and there's gonna be because he talks about it too much. It's in the forefront of his mind too much.
Right. Yeah,
I've seen him literally walk in to a room and say and bring that up before he even mentions his name.
Right.
Like he literally just talks about like, why is it on your mind, man?
Like he's dated somebody named Allison or Tabitha or Becky or something. I'm positive.
And she puts raisins in her potato salad. And he be picking it out. He was picking it out yesterday at Easter dinner. Was eating it. Yes, he was.
You know what probably happened? I'm gonna tell you what probably happened. He probably got the wrong one, and she probably checked him. And so now he mad at all white people. That's probably what happened. He probably tried to call her name, and she called him the N-word, like, you don't know me, and she probably cussed him out, flipped him off, and all of a sudden they all became the devils because he couldn't handle this one. And so now he's like, my beautiful black sisters, and they don't want you either. That's the crazy part. I'm still
right.
When do we get to go to the auditorium of your school? That's what I want to know.
I want to see that. I want to see that occupancy permit.
I want to take one of the kids to lunch. When are we going to have a football game at your university, sir? That's all I want.
I'm there for it. I'm there for it. Widowmaker says $100 million probably get 70-year-olds to make a tape or two. Oh, I mean, you're true. You're right. Raisins in a potato salad. Look, and you know what? Some Marsha got his nose wide open. And he over here eating that raisins in that potato salad, and he is absolutely walnuts in the coleslaw. And he is like
probably giving him all of his talking points too. We probably thinking he coming up with it himself, and he got somebody in the back named Mary Lou Hinton that's giving him all of his talking points. Right?
You got the Mary Sue, absolutely.
Yeah, because he be talking in facts and they don't even be sounding like a real like black facts. Like he just be like, my uncle Frederick Douglass, who was part of the Zulu Nation. You see, what I did is your name is not even Umar.
Right.
Your name is Tyrone or something like that.
No, his
You
name is
changed
Jermaine.
your name to Umar.
Jermaine.
Jermaine?
Jermaine
So how you
Shoemake.
change your name?
His dad was some kind of his dad changed his name to Umar. But this is another way you know Umar be selling tickets. No matter what, it don't matter what day of the week it is, no matter what day of the year it is, he will always mention some kind of anniversary. Today is April 22nd. I'm sorry, April 21st. It is the anniversary of the first time Harriet Tubman stubbed her toe. Or it's some kind of revolt, some kind of uprising, whatever. So you know good and well he just be it don't matter. Whatever day it is, he's always going to bring that up in a conversation.
And you can't verify it either. Like
that's why I'm saying it. That's it. It's unverifiable.
What do you mean? Unverifiable. Hey, wait. I got a side question, and this probably start some trouble. So if your YouTube,
I got 20 minutes, man, before I go to Bible study.
Did you ever watch the Madam C.J. Walker series on Netflix?
I didn't.
They have a Netflix series, and if anybody else has watched it, I didn't. I watched it with somebody because they wanted to watch. So I was watching it. The series is about the upbringing of Madam C.J. Walker. Like it's supposed to be a documentary, right? I don't know who produced it, anything about it.
All right,
but she was really mean in this documentary. So I don't know if they creatively threw that in there, but it got to the end. If you're this is a spoiler. So if you don't want to hear about the end of the series, push mute and then come back and watch it later. But
hit the like button though when you do it though.
Yeah, hit the like button first, but hit the like button 3 times. And so what happens is that at the very end of the series, she gets into an argument with this woman, and apparently the formula that she used to get rich, she stole it from this other lady. She literally stole the thing that made her rich, and she wanted to work with the other black lady, but the black lady didn't want to work with her. So she stole it, and she admitted to stealing it. Now, I don't even know if that's true. That changed my whole opinion of Madam C.J. Walker. Matter of fact, C.J.'s not even her name. It's her husband's name. So she got her name from, and this is the first husband, according to the series, so it could be wrong. He divorced her, and she kept the name. So she used somebody else's name and somebody else's formula to get rich. That's just something that it just made me think of when you was talking about Umar made up fact.
He's always spouting a fact.
Because
really, I didn't know anything about
stuff up and he's always talking about peace and Pan-Africanism. What is Pan-Africanism, sir? Have you ever been to Africa?
He has been to Africa.
No, I mean like not just visited it and then he drove on the outskirts. I want to know, was he in the place that we were captured at? I want him.
He alleged
in the mid heart of Africa.
He's a dual citizen of Guyana. He got that last year while he was in Ghana, not working on the school.
Ghana or Guyana? Those are two different.
Oh, places. I apologize. Ghana. It's Ghana.
And the people that sold us in the first place?
Allegedly, yes, that is correct. So he's a citizen of Ghana. And it's it is what it is, but I think the point that everybody can see, except the people that support him, is that he's a scammer, and he's a prolific scammer, and therein is the rub.
It says his name is Umar Rashad Abin Abdullah Johnson, but his real name is Jermaine Shoemake.
Yep, that's why I call him Jermaine Shoemake.
Jermaine Shoemake.
Thank you so much, Bible note taker. Thank you for stopping through. Grace and peace to you.
Don't just stop here. Swing through all.
Please make sure y'all stop by White Label Consulting.
Swing through all the channels. Just anybody out there.
Especially if you're learning how to do live streaming, you definitely want to check out Mike from White Label Consulting. What does Sherry say? Yeah, I heard she stole. Really? Oh, well, then Sherry said it. There you go.
But, I thought that was interesting. I'm gonna tell you why it was interesting. That's my point. When you dig into the history of just history, I don't even say Black history, but the history, you find out so many things that are not what we've been taught. Where I was surprised they had even put that in the series. Like we've never heard that. Like she's always been celebrated. Her, Garrett A. Morgan, George Washington Carver. You never wanted to hear nothing.
Man, y'all been saying about George Washington Carver. Now I'm gonna fight you.
Well, look,
I'm just saying.
I didn't know anything about him. I just thought that was interesting that she made millions off of somebody else's name and stole somebody else's product and admitted that. I stole it and wanted to work with you, but since you didn't want to work with me, I just kept on stealing it.
Oh, that is crazy work.
Well, I mean, that's the way the series ended. Like the lady was so heartbroken, she ended up walking off. She literally, and I think it was because in the movie, in the series, the other lady was fairly attractive to the eyes. So I don't know if she wanted to work with her because she looked better, or she thought she could help sell the product, or what it was. But it was just a shocker to me that we've talked about Madam C.J. Walker almost my whole life, from high school to college. Sure. Nobody's ever mentioned that she's a thief. Like, I don't want to call her a thief because I don't want my Black History card canceled or whatever. Like, I mean, I can't eat greens no more because I spoke the truth.
Well, just don't wash them in the bathtub. You'll be okay.
Yeah. All right. Because I can't play spades no more because I talked about the truth. But yeah, I just.
Well, I think taking it with a grain of salt, because I don't know that, but again, somebody else has mentioned it, so co-signed it that they heard about it. But yeah, I think that'd be interesting. I saw it in a movie about her.
Who's the Black lady she stole it from? I want to look her up. I do too, because that lady did not have a good life at all. Like, yeah.
All right. Okay, that was dope, man. Thank you, man.
I thought we was gonna talk about the Carmelo Anthony stuff. That'd have been good. That's
okay. So the reason I don't want to talk about that one is because I feel like that one is such a moving, it's such a developing story, and literally whatever you talked about on Saturday, you could come up today and be talking about something totally different about that story, from that press conference to his dad, the Metcalf man coming to the press conference, to all of these there's a lot of little nuances that keep coming up, and I don't want to misspeak and have the bourgeoisie thinking I'm tearing down their new saint. But on the same note, I think that that one right there, I think we can be good at just waiting until the trial, because it's going to be in where, Florida?
Yeah, the lady's name is Annie Tumble Malone. That's who she stole the supposedly, allegedly, Annie Tumble Malone. Her name is Sarah Breedlove, by the way. Madam C.J. Walker's real name was Breedlove. It almost sounds like Indian name, Native American name. Sarah Breedlove.
Very interesting.
She was working for Annie Tumble Malone.
I did not know this.
Yeah. So
I was today old when I found this out.
Yeah, me too. She didn't have a good life after getting
Shanghai.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's I'm gonna blame it on Dr. Umar. If he had opened his university when he said he would have, I would have known this.
Good point. No, sometimes you have to be clear, because sometimes people don't get that we're cracking a joke. We know Umar did not open a school back then. We know. He also hasn't opened up a school now, but that's beside the point. I think we need to go back to DWC looking like old superhero. Wait, what'd I do? I love it.
I don't know.
Orph makers.
Who?
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah, Uchi got an article. Yes, she do. She got a whole article about how she stole her. She stole her products.
Really? This is way deeper than I thought. I didn't know this. No,
I didn't either. I watch if you watch it on Netflix, and I know they have a lot of creativity to add to it. Madam C.J. Walker was extremely mean in the series. She was extremely bossy. She was, just very, very overbearing, and she was very driven. She was very, very, one of those people that were going to determined to make it, which is fine. But a lot of the stuff that they portrayed her as, like, I don't know how they could agree to do that, because somebody's gonna go look it up, and apparently half of it seems to be true. Like, you made your history off the back of somebody else, and still did. I don't know if she gave her any money for making millions off of her, and all this different kinds of stuff. Like, that's But talking about Umar made me think about that, because all the stuff we don't. Oh, it's only because all the stuff we don't know about the truth. We don't know about what he does. And then, he had the whole debacle with the girl who came out. His daughter came out 3 months ago and was like, this is my daddy here, deadbeat. I ain't never heard from him, this, that, and other. And that's a lot. That's a lot to have to deal with, and still be walking around calling yourself a doctor. Nobody's still been able to verify your degree. That's crazy, you know. But he said it. Did he say it got verified?
I thought somebody, Poetic
guy?
Flacco said it was verified. And I want to say Graham Stephan also verified it. So
did he get it from like Everest College, the dude that used to pop up in the middle of the night and with the hat, with the
I don't remember the school.
hat to the
I
side?
remember the school.
Everest College?
I know you're talking about. I don't remember the school that Umar got his degree from. No.
Yeah, I thought it was Everest College or somewhere that didn't have a campus. It was like one of them.
No, it was a real campus as far as I remember. But I could be wrong. He said every college.
It was one of them imaginary colleges. I went to IU. You went to Indiana? No, Imaginary University, brother.
Oh no, not Imaginary University.
Yeah.
Into the chat.
Miller. Is that it? Miller University?
I don't remember, like I said. But ICDC,
that's it. That's the college. ICDC. Yeah.
What was ICDC? What is that?
Isn't that the college that Master P's son would be promoting online? ICDC, the college. He would come online, he'd be dancing like I would ICDC. You don't know, never mind.
No, I don't.
You got too many grays in your beard to know.
I got too many grays in my beard and not enough presidents that I voted for.
Yeah. ICDC. That was the one they had Romeo dancing in. I think that was him.
You said Romeo dancing.
No, for real. It was Master P's son. He would come on promoting ICDC college. It went out of business in like 2015 or something. Like it was one of them. Yeah, it was one of them. You know, you go to school, but you didn't have no books. You know, when you graduated, you had to wear your own clothes. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Stupid. You are so dumb.
You had to make your own diploma. It's one of them type of schools. Yeah, I see.
They sent it to you. They sent it as a PDF.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
You had to fill out paperwork to get your diploma and stuff. Like, yeah, it was crazy. ICDC college. Well, anyways, this has been fun.
Absolutely, man. Thanks so much. It was ICDC. He said, okay. But is that where Umar went? Like, we got to remember, like, Mike is off task. Mike is over here talking about ICDC college. But is that where Umar went is the question.
I don't know where Umar went.
We were asking.
It said, oh, yeah. You know what? I remember because he said he went to a Philadelphia college.
Yeah, I thought he went to a school, an actual brick and mortar traditional school. But I'll look it up before I start cracking jokes on them again.
Turnbull Malone was doing okay until her husband divorced her and took half. Oh my, this story is ripe for a podcast reaction. Yeah, man. That story about
crazy. I'm gonna ask my wife.
Yeah, some of that stuff that comes on Netflix, like I don't really watch it because I know it's not going to be true. But when they start pointing out stuff that I never heard of, I'd be kind of like, well, wait a minute, is this actually true? And they just kind of threw it in there because you wouldn't believe it. There you go, Millersville in it says Millersville in Philly.
In Philly,
you know who should do a podcast is him and Nasheek Tariq. That would be gold. Because sometimes they like each other and sometimes they don't. And they should throw Jesse Lee. They should throw Jesse Lee in there just to shake it up. Oh man, and that would be gold. That would be super.
It'd have to be like a level of mutual respect. And I don't think that they have mutual respect for each other. I don't think
that's why I want them to have it.
Well, no, I'm saying like I want you to have like a shootout, but just like me and you, we're not, insulting one another and being overstepping one another. Just a large yelling back and forth session. That to me, I don't think that would be worth it. But if they were,
it would be fun. Because when Omar went on when he went on Roland Martin, that was comedy, bro. That was total comedy. When he had Omar on there with them 3 black people, and they thought they was really just about to have some sensible discussion. He was like, "You're a coon." I was like, "What y'all doing? Why are you fighting each other? We ain't gonna be calling nobody no names on here. You know how Roland gets sassy and stuff."
Yeah,
it was crazy.
You're right. Okay. All right. Well,
and then add Jesse Lee Peterson and have him be the moderator for the whole discussion. Oh man, that would be great, man.
That would be kind of wild.
Throw a whole bunch of people like that. Now, do you think you love the Lord or not? Like, you know how Jesse be talking. Yeah, he be asking questions that got nothing to do with nothing. Are you black? Now, how do you know you're black? Because I know I'm black. Are you a new black? He's asking them questions. Throw them on there. That'd be gold.
Wow. All right, brother. Let me jump over here on the Zoom call for Bible study.
Oh man, I thought you was going to real Bible study. Zoom Bible study don't count.
Oh, I'm about to do Zoom Bible study, man.
That don't even count, bro.
What
That's
are you talking
Zoom.
about?
That you going to a meeting. That ain't no Bible study.
We're going to talk about the Lord.
No, that ain't Bible study, bro. That is not Bible study. You had me think you was finna get in your car and drive in town. Like you had me catch a cab out there. It was $135 to get to your house. That's why I thought you was going to real Bible study. Y'all going to a meeting.
Why are you
Y'all
like
might not
this,
even talk
man?
about the Bible. Oh, y'all man, shoot.
Why are you
Y'all
like
might not
this,
even talk about
man?
the Bible. You might be shooting a whole nother YouTube episode. I'm gonna find you live on Smyrna Presbyterian YouTube channel. You ain't going to know, but I thought you was leaving to go to Bible study. You're not going to Bible.
I'm going to leave out of my office and say hi to my wife. I'm going to come back in here. So I'm going to walk around the dining room table and then come back in here. There you go.
And you're going to be live back on your channel in 16 minutes. Watch.
Well, that's not going to be true.
You ain't even going to have the microphone on. You're just going to be sitting there looking, telling them you working and stuff. No,
Mike.
I thought you was going to a real Bible.
Let's do this again. How about this one, Mike? How about this one?
You can literally put your phone up, right, and be on Bible study and not even stop this.
Wait, you got a new phone, Mike? Mike, what phone you got? Yeah. Mike, what phone you have?
Default. Yeah, I got the
fancy.
default. Yeah. Yeah, you ain't going to no real Bible study. You literally can put your phone up right here and then put it on and just
don't y'all feed into this clown.
I'd be like, hey, look, Pastor Joe. What's his name? Pastor Rick. What's the redhead guy name?
You're not gonna talk about my past. I ain't gonna let you do it. I ain't gonna let you do it.
But you go past it, just say, hey man, look, I'm gonna be on here listening
to Ginger Avenger. Leave my Ginger Avenger alone.
You know, somebody said, well, I ain't gonna say that. Well, I'm gonna tell you, somebody said if you rearrange the words, the letters to the
boy,
word
I can't stand you. Goodbye. I cannot stand you. Y'all, we cannot have Mike up in here no more.
Why you kick me out? Why you kick me out? I didn't do it. How you kick me out? I didn't say that. Somebody else said it. Why you kick me out? I'm by myself. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying Jason is not going to real Bible study.
I'm about to go. I'm gonna catch you in a minute, man. Mike, okay, how about this one?
Put the phone up.
Mike, let's do this.
Just tell him.
Mike,
what?
It is 8:00. Let me do this Bible study. Let me go eat my dinner, and I'll shoot you a text message. We'll come back on and we'll finish.
You don't even have to let me go. You could go on your own and leave me here. I'll be here when you get back in 30 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
Bible study is not going to even be enough for you to even. Are you teaching Bible study? Where'd he go? Wait, don't disappear on me now because I can't control the show. What's
I'm going to study, man. I'll be right back.
But are you teaching?
No, I'm not studying. I'm a participant, you clown. They're already looking for me.
So you're not doing nothing. You're not doing a thing. You're just going to be there. You're probably going to be eating dinner while Bible study's going on with your camera off.
Bye. I'll see you in a minute. All right.
I'm out.
All right. Don't you got control of the screen?
No, I don't got control of the screen.
Are you just talking smack?
I don't have control of the screen. I don't.
How'd I make you?
You can't. Just call me back, bro. I'll be here at the studio. You go eat.
All right, I'm gonna call you right back, man. Y'all, thank
you
so much, everybody. See you in a second. Grace and peace.
Yeah.